My name is Dani. I'm an art instructor, and you're tuned into the Able Artswork Virtual Learning channel. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm going to show you how to make some facial expression cards. I'm sure we've all had times where it can be difficult to articulate how we're feeling, or maybe we have some friends who communicate better by pointing to things. So we're going to make these cards to make it a little bit easier to communicate. You'll need either some index cards or pieces of paper cut up into little rectangles, markers that you associate with different emotions because it'll be a little bit easier to have it be color-coded. I've got a red marker for angry. You can use blue or purple for sad. I used orange for happy, and I chose green for overwhelmed. And you can have a pen to write across the top of your cards, I feel ... So grab your materials and we can get started. So I've gone ahead and written I feel ... over the tops of each of my cards. So we can start talking about what goes into making a facial expression. I'm going to start with the angry card. So I'm taking my red marker and I'm just going to draw a big red circle for the head and leaving enough room across the bottom to write angry. So let's talk about what makes a facial expression. You can draw a face with very few features and still convey a very specific emotion. All of the emotion comes from the eyebrows and the mouth in a very simple cartoon drawing. So let's draw two little eyes. This looks like a very neutral template of a face. And let's think about how our eyebrows and our mouth are going to look. When you're angry, your eyebrows can get furrowed and they usually start pointing downwards towards your nose. So we're just having two eyebrows slanting down towards the center of the face. Now you could either have a mouth that is a downward arc, or you could show somebody baring their teeth. I'm choosing to have their mouth a little bit open and clenching their teeth because I think that that will distinguish it more from the other cards. And that's all that goes into it. We're going to next move on to the sadness card and talk about how we will make the eyebrows and the mouth a different shape. So I'm taking this purpley blue marker. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a circle again for the head. Right across the bottom, sad. Going in again, we can either do two eyes that are the same as our first card, or we can have them closed. I'm deciding to have them closed to make it look like a little bit more distinct from the other cards. And rather than the angry card, our eyebrows are going to be pointing upwards. You can also look at yourself in the mirror while you try to make these facial expressions and see how you can simplify your facial features down into these expressions. I'm going to use a downward arc for the mouth here. So let's move on to our next card. We can do overwhelmed. So I'm going to go ahead, draw the circle in the middle again. This one is a little more complicated of an emotion. It can look different for everybody. So, how do you feel when you feel overwhelmed? For me, and a lot of people, you might feel overstimulated by your environment. So on my card, I chose to have these little wavy lines around the head to show external stimuli, maybe feeling like a bit too much for the person who is having this feeling. And I decided to draw their eyes a little bit bigger, because maybe when you're distressed, your eyes widen. We're going to have the eyebrows pointed upwards. Maybe they look a little bit confused about their surroundings and what they're feeling. And I'm going to give them a little wiggly mouth just to show that they feel uncomfortable. There's a lot going on around them. So that's a little bit of a different feeling, and it might look different for you too. So think about what you feel when you get overwhelmed, and you can change up the card to suit your own needs. Lastly is the happy card. Everybody probably knows how to draw a happy face. I decided to use an orange marker. It'll come up easier on your paper than a yellow marker. Let's draw our big head, giving them little eyes. The eyebrows for this facial expression can either not be there or they can be raised a little bit. Maybe they look excited, maybe they look content, just happy about their day for the day, awake, feeling good, and giving them a big smile. So that's all of the facial expression cards. I hope that you had fun making these. I hope you find them helpful. Check out the other videos on our channel about art, language, and music.